quick questions or comments about your practice or what we discussed this morning? You know, now you've had time to think about it or digest it. I think, Jay, you made a comment. The breathing. So you were saying before?
Well, I'm taking about 3 or 4 breaths to your one.
Right.
I can't do it that way.
Yeah, so it's important to keep breathing, very important. I'm not doing very long, like 5, 6, 7, but when you're working with the asana, that's actually quite a lot as well. So it might be that you start at like 3, 4, 5 instead of 5, 6, 7. Mm-hmm. It's not so important, and then just come down and take another breath in between or whatever. But over time, the use of the breath and movement coordination, you'll become more familiar. I don't think it's your capacity so much. I don't hear much bronchial or asthmatic type condition. You're not that constitution. But I think it's more just the unfamiliarity of the practice and being a bit short of breath or whatever. But this sort of practice will work privately, and I'm sure this is something that will be very interesting, especially as you're flying up and down all the time. The pranayama will be very good for for that.
Can I say something to that?
Yes, yes.
I have the same problem.
Yes.
Not necessarily problem, but same breathing pattern. And
yes.
This was a problem for me in the last workshop.
Yes.
Pranayama. It's something I've worked on forever.
Yes.
But I have no problem with chanting.
Yes.
And I was just wondering, if you chant, is it
Chanting's
easier for you to take longer breaths when you're singing or chanting?
Well, the question, let me step in.
I was out of breath.
Out of
That's
breath.
what it was.
Is it like for you, you're talking about the inhalation, aren't you?
It can be, well, yeah.
Because the chanting is an exhalation.
That's true, exhalation is easier.
Because when you're chanting, I can go, oh, for 12 seconds, and then I can go 1 second and oh. So for you, it might be the restriction is in the inhalation. For Jay, I don't know, was it the inhale or the exhale that was, or both? Someone else may find a difficulty in the exhalation, and then we have hold after the inhale or hold after the exhale. So the pranayama is a very interesting area to work with, because we are starting to reveal things which we can't see. The body, you break your arm, you put a plaster on it, you can see that you've broken your arm. But the prana, the energy level, this is your energy, your internal balance. Things can have affected us, and we store this energy and it gets blocked. You talk about all this reduce or removing the blockages. It gets blocked, and we find we are restrictive maybe in the breath, in the inhale, the exhale. So the pranayama, when I'm working with it, it's good to practice or have a teacher when you're working with the pranayama, because it's an area which I don't like to just open the Pandora's box. It's very irresponsible for someone, a teacher, to come along and say, here, open it all up, let it all out. It's better to work with it, ease back, work with it, and after a while you start to have a better understanding yourself. I'll have a better understanding with you, and it's amazing where the pranayama practices can take you. I mean, this is your gateway between your external world and your internal. You've got one little door there, and you've got 2 big sliding doors there. Now, as you develop the pranayama, you'll find it easier and quicker to go inwards. The opening will be that much bigger. So it's something which we don't know what level it's affecting if it's a physical restriction, like I said, the asthmatic or bronchial type, big cougher people can get all this congestion. So that might be a physical type of restriction. Maybe emotional, for someone it might be a mental conditioning that's restricting us. But I noticed when I worked on the pranayama myself, for the first few years, I was living up in the mountains in the teepees and trailers in Maui, and I came down one time and swam at La Perouse, the fishbowl, and couldn't believe, I had the snorkel on, I was swimming underwater for so long, I just couldn't believe how long I was under there. So something had changed in those few years of working with the pranayama, between my feeling of being, I'm going to suffocate, to no problem at all, and very expansive. So it's a very interesting place to work with. I think what Che was talking about, I'm glad you brought that up, thank you, and what you shared there too, Jessica. There's no answer. I can't say this is this, I don't know. We're opening something, we're exploring something which I find is a very intriguing place to go to. Okay, so just make sure you keep breathing, don't stop breathing, and we'll be good. Okay, but same with anyone else. I'm only giving you an idea, 5 seconds, 6, 7. If it's too strong, start at 4, 5, 6, or go to where you're comfortable. The fact is, did you guys notice that though in your practice, your mind was slipping away, and then you're hearing me say now 2, 3, 4. Was it pulling you back, holding you? And then you'd slip away again, and oh no, God, I've got to count again, and oh, I've got to move my arms and count, and this is what we're preparing for today is pratyahara. I'm engaging you. Okay, I'm not just saying here, lift your arms, bend forward. I'm getting you to have to do your job at a deeper level. This is internal. Okay, so this is some of the little tools we're using today to help you develop your pratyahara skills. Okay, good. So don't worry if you're not doing a long breath. That's no problem. Okay, good. Any other questions or comments?